Hey, Bill, what you gon' do? 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 All these people in the house, let's go. It's your boy JC. I so pass that thing and watch me flick behind my back. You know what's next?
What up, Gotham Guardians and Arkham Adversaries? It's your boy Trey and his Wonder Wife Sara. And we just got back from the movie theaters checking out the new movie Air, directed by Ben Affleck. Holy cow. The hype is real on this film. Like, based on a true story, you know, about how Nike pursued the royal heiress, Michael Jordan, and getting him signed to, you know, have their shoe brand be his personal shoe line with the Air Jordans. And it's just like, wow. What an incredible story. What were your general thoughts about this film?
I mean, it was truly enjoyable to watch. I'm not a huge drama movie person, and this movie is a drama, and I loved it.
And I think the worry about dramas is that, you know, sometimes it can feel just like slow pacing, but this film being really a period piece, like
right.
They get you right back into the 80s. You know, with the music,
they do a really good job with the set and the little details. The
hairstyles, just the overall, you know.
Yep.
What you would think the 80s were, you know. I mean, me being a child of the 90s, and my parents are from Chicago, so I grew up watching Michael Jordan and knowing him as the greatest basketball player of all time, but also knowing really just what he's done for NBA, but not only that, his shoe brand is known all around the world. I mean, how many times growing up were you like, oh man, are those the new Jordans?
Right?
Yeah, bro, like
everyone knows they're top of the line shoes.
Yeah, and you don't realize really how cool of a story this was. It's inspiring, but all at the same time kind of a miracle of what happened, of how they were able to convince Michael Jordan to pick Nike, and to see the cinematography, the screenplay, the performances. Holy cow. Matt Damon, phenomenal. Ben Affleck, always good. Chris Tucker from like Rush Hour, the Friday movies. It was like so cool to see him again. I can't remember the last time I saw Chris Tucker in a movie.
Right.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's the last time we saw him in a movie was Rush Hour, but that's probably because we just don't watch the in-betweens.
Right, yeah. I mean, he was just a great, like, comedic relief in it.
Right.
Honestly, the star of this film and just performance-wise, I wouldn't be surprised. This film's going to be nominated all around. When AMC called it
an artisan film,
this was like the first film that they've listed on that, you know, that prestigious list, that I felt like that this was true. That's going to be nominated for a whole bunch of Oscars.
Viola Davis.
I
mean, I just love her as an actress.
She's wonderful.
But it was phenomenal to watch the whole cast in this. I mean, it was just good. It was good. I mean, I don't have anything bad to say about it.
The chemistry was even incredible. Just Viola Davis had this. She plays Michael Jordan's mom in this, and when you think about just how strong of a just character in real life that, you know, Michael Jordan's mom was, like, yeah, she ran things, right? Like she was in charge, and I loved how they handled that. Even like the dynamic between her and Michael Jordan's agent,
right,
was like
everybody knows mom runs the show.
Right? And they did a wonderful job just kind of showing you like real life footage of Michael Jordan and kind of integrating that into the story. And one thing that was kind of interesting was that throughout this entire film, they had someone play as a body double as Michael Jordan, but you never once see his face.
You never see his face.
Yeah, except for the footage of actual Michael Jordan, you know, playing the games and stuff like that. They never once showed him, and I felt like that was a genius move, because in a way, we all know what Michael Jordan looks like. I mean, he's one of the biggest sports figures in history. Yeah. But it felt like they did this intentionally because it gave him this. can't even find the words for it, but legendary, this ghost,
Divine.
this divine figure that you could tell when Michael Jordan's in this room, he kind of takes the scene. It was used in a way to kind of tell the story that, like, Nike wasn't Michael Jordan's first choice. He wanted Adidas, right? And he kind of went in there, and this is no spoiler because, everyone knows who Michael Jordan ends up with, but, like, he didn't want Nike at all. He didn't even want them a part of the conversation, but to not show his face and to how they played that in the scene kind of allowed this coldness and this uninterest, from Michael Jordan to kind of be like, I'm just here because my mom said I had to be.
Right.
And it was used in such a brilliant way that it allowed everyone's reactions to his body language, to his performance just through his shoulders shrugging and not being interested in what Nike had to offer at first, to where everyone could kind of really play into this. And it just, a wonderful sports film. It really kind of gives you that same essence of Moneyball.
Yeah.
But kind of through the more business aspect of it rather than the actual sports. For me, it's going to be a sports film that is rewatchable, and I will find enjoyment, inspiration from it every single time I watch it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for you, like,
right?
I know when people think of sports movies, usually in there's like Field of Dreams, Remember the Titans,
42,
Space Champs.
The first one. The
first one. The good one.
We don't talk about the other one.
Sorry, LeBron. Michael Jordan's my guy. My parents are from Chicago. I can't say anything, but he is the GOAT.
Man, I don't know what to say. I'm a champion. 2-time. 2 rings. That shit stank, don't it? Ugh.
He is the certain royal airness. The air man.
Let us turn our attention to the dynasty in progress that is the ball.
For you, in terms of sport movies, where does this one rank?
I'd probably rank it in my top 5.
Top 5.
Yeah.
I agree with that. It truly a masterpiece of a film. I left the theater going, it was done so well. It was executed well in every level, the performances, the direction.
Matt Damon really inspires.
Matt Damon had a speech at the end that was incredible.
Yeah.
And it's just, every sports movie has to have a inspirational line, I guess, in it. But this one kind of, it's original. It's done in its own way. And the comedic humor in it, like, keeps it going. It's just, like I said, the pacing of this film, great. The storytelling, the performances. I'm not going to be surprised if this film just wins a whole bunch of Oscars next year. Absolutely. What one would you recommend people seeing it in theaters, or is this a film people can wait for? And what would you score it?
I would definitely recommend going to see it in theaters. It's just the air of being in the theater and watching it on the big screen. You want to be a part of that.
Yeah, and the audience was really into it. They were laughing at the scenes and chuckling at some of those moments because everyone kind of knows what was going to happen.
Right.
But yeah.
No, it was good. I would probably rate it like an 8.7.
An 8.7. Okay, for Sarah in sports dramas, that's pretty high.
Yeah.
For me, it's a 9.5. It's a masterpiece of a film. It just hits that mark where I'm gonna continuously coming back to it. And plus, it's Michael Jordan, man. So maybe a 9.523. Just for. But guys, I definitely recommend you check out this film. See it in theaters. You already know Super Mario Brothers is gonna kill it in the box office. This film equally deserves that recognition in the box office. So I highly recommend you checking out in the movie theaters. And then when it comes available on digital, buy it there too. I'm definitely gonna buy this one.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, for the few sport movies that I am gonna purchase, this is one of those films that I can't wait to watch it again. So highly recommend. Check it out in theaters. Let us know in the comments what you guys thought of the movie, or maybe just some of the things you noticed or some of your favorite memories of the 80s or the stories of Michael Jordan and watching him playing basketball. My dad will always tell this story about how I used to, when I was a kid, I used to think I was into Michael, I went to go see Michael Jordan play, with the Chicago Bulls. Because my dad had this sound system, he would blast it. I felt like I was at a stadium. So I told all my friends growing up, yeah, I've seen Michael Jordan play live. Only to find out years later that my dad just built it up in my mind. So,
wah, wah.
Hurtful. But guys, make me feel better about not actually seeing Michael Jordan play live. Like I saw him on TV, but I'm still bummed. Make me feel better by smashing that like, sharing this video, subscribe if you guys haven't already. Let us know if you saw the movie in theaters or if you're gonna wait it on DVD. You should see it in theaters. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm your host Trey with his Wonder Wife Sara, and don't forget to tune in weekly.
Same bad time,
same bad channel. See you later, guys.